Hello, everybody. Welcome to Most Wanted Topics. I'm your host, Kevin Dennison, along with me, Atomic Tommy per use. How you doing, Atomic Tommy?
You know, I'm exhausted, man. It was a long weekend, but we're here.
Yeah, we're here. You know what? We survived Twin Cities Comic-Con. We had a great time. We did sell some comics. We got to meet some cool people. Atomic Tommy, why don't you tell us who you met out there?
Yeah, you know, Hayden Christensen was there, got his autograph. Ian McDermott got his autograph. Grant Gustin, got his autograph. A lot of cool celebrities. They've been ramping up their sort of celebrity budget, I think, every year. Maybe that's why our vendor prices are so high. But they've been ramping up the celebrities every year. This was definitely their biggest year with the biggest names they've ever had.
A lot of people turned out for this one. There's a ton of people. Wasn't the best for comics, but it was still a good, all in all, it was a good show. And we're happy we did it. We got our name out there. We introduced our store to some new people, so that's always good advertising for us. Yeah, so we're moving on. We had that, and then on top of that, it was awesome. That's why we were also a day late on the podcast. We were doing our Veterans Day ceremony on Monday night, so that was pretty special. Our store honored two very special people, Al Chapman and George Wright, two Vietnam veterans. We had them come to the store. We honored them in a way that only a comic book store should. We had a professional comic artist immortalize them with some really cool custom art.
It was an incredible piece.
It was an incredible piece. You can see a picture up here. We had a canine dog handler in Vietnam. George is his name. And Tom drew a picture of him and his dog in Vietnam to immortalize it. And we really made them feel welcome to be home and job well done. And we thanked them for their service properly. Vietnam veterans weren't treated the best when they came home. So we wanted to right that wrong and make sure that we welcomed them home properly and give them the proper respect that they deserved. And they were very touched and happy that we did it for them.
Yeah.
And it was a big success. Their families showed up. And we hope that we can do this every year. As we remember our veterans on Veterans Day, we hope to pick a couple of people each year and do this for them. So, yeah, now that Veterans Day is behind us, Twin Cities Comic-Con is behind us, we are already almost at Christmas.
Yeah.
Almost at Thanksgiving.
Best time of year.
Oh, man, we're here. We are now focused on our new campaign. Toys and Tushies is upon us, which means we are raising, we have our box in the store. We want you to drop off toys, unwrapped, unused toys. And you can drop them off at our box at Most Wanted Comics. You can see the deets coming on our website. If you go to our website, mostwantedcomics.com, you can get all the details. And we were collecting diapers and wipes and socks. Lots of socks, people. We need socks.
Socks are needed.
Socks are needed for the homeless people. We are doing diapers, wipes, and socks. All sizes of diapers, not just 1s and 2s. There are 5s, 7s, and 8s are okay as well. Plenty of wipes, diapers, socks, and then lots of toys for the kids. We're going to make Christmas really special for them this year. So we want to do a good job of that campaign. That ends December 12th, okay? So we got from now to December 12th to come into the store and drop off some toys, socks, and diapers and wipes, and that's our new campaign. And also, this month, November, is Yo-Jovember.
Yep. It's been going out.
Yeah, we got some participation. Tommy, let's talk about Yo-Jovember a little bit and what we're doing with our pictures and what we got going on.
Yeah, can you believe November's almost halfway over? I mean, Yo-Jovember's been in full swing for almost 2 weeks now. We've been talking about Yo-Jovember for about a month now, but I will do a quick recap. Just started here this week. You have from now until the 15th to submit your G.I. Joe toy photography to us at mostwantedcomics@gmail.com or head over to our Facebook and comment the pictures too on our threads. It's something we know. We have a lot of G.I. Joe fans. We know we have a lot of G.I. Joe collectors, and this is a cool way to get your photography out there and to win some cool prizes. First place, top 3 pictures submitted will win. Only one person can win one time, so don't worry about that. First place will win a $15 Most Wanted Comics gift card and a special cool item to be revealed later, signed by Larry Hama. Also, second and third place will also be winning $15 gift certificates. So participate in that. It doesn't have to be only classified. If you have, a Funko Pop or a a vintage figure or a 25th anniversary, doesn't matter as long as it's G.I. Joe, it counts. So make sure you participate in that. And also, November 23rd, we've been saying it for, again, about a month now. Should not be news to anybody. Larry Hama will be at Most Wanted Comics.
He will be at Most Wanted Comics, and he'll be ready to sign autographs and sign pictures. And it's going to be a lot of fun because we had him last time he was in Minnesota for us.
Yep.
Was that when we ran the comic card show? We had him, it was 2016, I believe.
Yep.
So, yeah, I haven't seen him for a while, so I'm looking forward to having him back. And looking forward to catching up on some stories and having him sign some new stuff. It's always fun when Larry's here. He's such a good dude to talk to. Yeah. So if you want to be here between 10 and 4, Most Wanted Comics, and make sure you stop in and say hi to him. And all the details of that are on the website as well. So we've got a busy time frame. So make sure your donations are ready and you're ready to see Larry Hama. And there's tons going on. So let's talk about some books that are coming out.
Yeah, a couple of things from last week we got to talk about. First, let's talk about Absolute Superman, right? That was sort of the big one last week. And honestly, this was the one that I was most excited for. One, because it's Superman, right? I like Superman. And also because Jason Aaron was writing it. Jason Aaron is no stranger to comics. He's no stranger to the industry. And I was really excited to see what he would do with Superman. And he did not disappoint, I'll tell you. Personally, my favorite part of this comic, because everybody, I've been hearing the reviews, hearing the talks about it, and we all seem to kind of be in agreement that he really nailed it on how he changed Superman's not only origin, but his presence as a hero, because they changed his origin from, he grew up on a farm with the Kent family to, he grew up with these parents who, on Krypton, he grew up with his parents. He wasn't a complete baby when he left the planet. And his parents were essentially lower-class farmers and miners on Krypton. And it was a lot more. He played a lot more into, like, the bureaucracy of Krypton, and then really showed really how his family fared in class, and then transferred it over to how the kind of crime and the kind of good he's doing on Earth as Superman. Because again, he's not Clark Kent because he doesn't have the Kent family. He's, when we see Superman for the first time, he's, hiding out not really hiding out, but rather infiltrating like a sort of underground mine where, the big corporation is really taking advantage of and almost employing slave labor to mine these diamonds, and Superman's infiltrating, trying to shut it down. And it hits a lot harder, that he's sort of going after him, Robin Hood style, because we know that's kind of where he came from, right? So I really liked what Jason Aaron did with this. I think it's really cool. I still don't know if it's better than Absolute Batman, though. I'll tell you, Absolute Batman still might be the best one so far.
Absolute Batman is definitely number one, and I think this one's number two. I think Absolute Wonder Woman is number 3 in the order. If as the reader, that's my pick in that order.
Yeah, I think that's a fair pick.
After reading all 3 of those, I think Absolute Batman still by far has been the best one. This one definitely was better than Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman's, don't get me wrong, a hot book, but I think this Absolute Superman was better than Absolute Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman was still good, though. Let's not shame Wonder Woman.
It's just number 3. That's all.
Number 3. The other book we got to talk about, and it was, I think, the real sleeper, JSA number 1. I was really looking forward to that. Again, Jeff Lemire, and JSA's kind of always been one of those titles, especially recently, that's been very forgotten, very low, very mid, right? Not very good. And I was actually pleasantly surprised with this book this week, because what he really did a good job of was really balancing. Okay, here's the new JSA, and here's the old school guys, right? Really giving them both a story, and this was a book that was paced really well too. A lot of times with these number ones, especially in DC, number ones are always kind of slow because the writer's setting things up. They're introducing sort of their main players, especially because this is a universe with a lot of characters, right? So when a writer's doing a number 1, they have to establish and really set up what characters they're going to prioritize. And Jeff Lemire, being the professional that he is, came in and straight up, laid it all out perfectly. Just got all the characters in there, gave them their own stories, we have this, very new JSA team. If anybody has watched the show, I think it was like a CW show, HBO Max show, Stargirl, you will be familiar with that JSA team. Now, somebody more knowledgeable on JSA lore can tell me, but I don't know if it was the Stargirl show that inspired the new team in comics, or if it was the older team in comics that, inspired the Stargirl show. I'm not really sure which came which, what came first there, but it, part of this book was just like watching an episode of that show, and that's a show I happen to like, so I enjoyed that. And then you switch over to sort of the drama with the new team, and it was just, I think it was a really good book. There weren't really a ton of like wow moments in the book, not a ton of like huge big moments, but it was an interesting start. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes.
Cool. Good wrap up.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you.
I wasn't expecting to talk about how much you like Stargirl.
It was a good show.
That was a good show for you.
Some of us actually watch the media we claim to talk about.
The Stargirl. Okay, good for you. Let's talk about what is coming out this week. We have some big books coming out this week. G.I. Joe #1.
I know.
It's going to suck all the air out of the room, I think.
G.I. Joe #1. But honestly...
Yojovember. Williamson writing.
G.I. Joe #1. But honestly, that's not the only big book this week.
Where did Williamson go? We were in communication with him. We got to get him to the store. Williamson, get back in contact with us now on Instagram. It's okay. We got to have you come out. Yojovember. It's not too late to get out here and sign a #1.
Probably a little late, but it's okay. We can get him out here at some point. But no, we have G.I. Joe #1. That's obviously a huge one coming out this week.
I'm excited for that.
That's going to be a big one, I think. But we also have, other notable mentions, right? Amazing Spider-Man 61, first Joe Kelly Spider-Man issue. That'll be exciting.
That's going to be big.
Absolute Batman #2, continuation. Black Lightning #1. Another DC all-in #1. I like Black Lightning. I'm excited for Black Lightning. And of course, we cannot forget Uncanny X-Men. Just a banger, honestly.
Yeah, Uncanny X-Men continues. We told everybody to give this a few issues, and it's getting pretty good.
Uncanny X-Men's been good, so it's #1. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you got to give them all a few issues, and I think, I think all in all, it's going to be a good week for comics.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, with that being said, we got to get to our shout-outs. Shout-outs of the week. Now,
well, we did hear a couple of people say I did them better last week.
I heard that too. I heard they like the way that you do the shout-outs. So if you want to take it away, Atomic Tommy, feel free to do some shout-outs.
No, I think you should redeem yourself. We heard a couple people talk about how, Atomic Tommy brought more energy.
He brought more energy and more energy to the game of shout-outs.
I think I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself right here.
All right, so for our shout-outs this week, we're going Matt and JD, of course. We lead off with the big two. And then, of course, Dan, the State Farm Man. We're happy to have you on board every week. Thanks for following. Dean and Jimmy D'Souza, of course, shout-out. Caleb. David, a.k.a. Superman. Looking forward to seeing you this week. I want to recap what you thought of Twin Cities Con, buddy. And then Mark, Brian, Jeff, Ryan, Jim, Liz, Sheila, Pat, Sydney, Rick, Dan, Shanice, Larry, Rick and Melissa, of course, and the rest of our Up North contingent. Happy to have you out. If you want to be a part of the shout-out, make sure you make a comment or let us know. Send us an email. And make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to this channel for all our great entertainment that we provide you here at Most Wanted Comics.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's, one other quick thing I want to touch on, though, before we go. This past week saw the release from Marvel. D23 was in Brazil, and we got 2 new trailers for Captain America 4. It was called New World Order, but it's called something else now. I don't remember what it is. I think it's like Brave New World or something like that. And Thunderbolts. Now, these are 2 movies that, for a long time, I was kind of indifferent on. The first trailer for Captain America didn't blow me away. The first trailer for Thunderbolts didn't blow me away. These movies were delayed and rewritten and reshot so many times that I thought it was going to be pretty much a flop on release. But these 2 new trailers did change my mind. Thunderbolts looked even better. Cap 4 looked even better. I'm really excited to see Harrison Ford This trailer gave us a little bit more Harrison Ford than the previous one did, and I'm really excited to see him in this role.
I think there's some enthusiasm from Harrison Ford on this one. It really looks like he's into the role, which is good.
Kind of weird to see it out of Harrison Ford,
I'm in
but
Star Wars again. I'm earning a check. No, he looked like he wanted to be in this movie.
He did. And also, we got a trailer for What If Season 3, and it's the final season. I don't understand why it's the final season. They can make 10 seasons of that show. But once again, a Marvel L. It's okay. We'll enjoy the last season for what it is. I've personally enjoyed every season of What If. But fear not. If you're looking for something to watch, right? Penguin just wrapped up. All the Agatha watchers don't have Agatha to watch anymore.
I'm sure you're disappointed about that.
If you're looking for something to watch, man, we got Cobra Kai coming up.
Yes.
We got the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight coming up this week.
The 15th,
and
Mike Tyson.
Possibly the greatest animated show ever made in this country. We have another season of Arcane, so be checking that out. Our producer, my mother's aggressively shaking her head. That's just because you can run away from the camera, but you can't run from the truth. Okay, it's all right. And with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up for this week. If again, always hit us. You want something to watch? We provide great movie, TV show recommendations. Okay, so make sure you hit us up if you would need something to watch.
We're gonna have to recap that Tyson fight. I think
we're gonna have to do a Tyson fight review. Will Jake Paul get his ass beat? We all hope so. And with that, I think we're gonna end the show this week.
Yeah, no, thank you everybody for watching. We'll look forward to talking to you next week. Sorry we're a day late. We're gonna be on task next week. So thanks for checking us out, everybody.